Okay, our beloveds, so today will be another day of experimentation and observation and coming up with the beginning of what we would describe as more anecdotal evidence. It is merely you, each human being, who is at the center of your own life. And then there are millions and millions, and honestly billions of you who are having the same collective experience. You are, little do you know, the star of your own movie, and you get to dictate and determine much of how you go through life, through your beliefs and your intentions. And until you realize that, you keep looking outside of yourself for the director, for the producer, for the casting agent, and for ultimately that person who is in control of your collective lives. You keep looking to the government, to the clergy, to your family and friends, to your partners, to anyone and everyone outside of yourselves to figure out who to trust, who to base your lives decisions on, because you don't know how to find your own inner breadcrumbs. You look to others to tell you what to do with your body in order to heal. You look to others to tell you how to treat your body, whether it be exercise, food, enabling behaviors such as drugs and alcohol, whether you should go to school or not, whether you are handsome or beautiful or not, whether you should drive a particular car or not. You give so much power over your own lives or life to those outside of you in hopes of either being accepted and approved or to make the right decisions because others must know more than you because they are specialists in that field. They have studied. They have gone through the experience themselves. There's so much out there for you individually to explore. And once you begin to understand that your journey is not about getting it right, but about going within and finding your own inner compass. And your inner compass will tell you who to trust and who not, whose guidance is sound, whose is not, who has your best interest at heart and who doesn't, and who honestly just feels good to be around and who doesn't. There is so much out there that is designed to teach you about who you are and who you are not, and why you are to follow one person or group's guidance and why not another. It is not about who is learned. It is about who is curious. Who is curious about finding the real information and is interested in continuing to grow and to explore, versus somebody who may not have your best interest at heart because there is money to be made from the shadow players, where someone just simply doesn't know and is very ego-driven, where somebody is beholden to a particular construct where there may be some benefits, but again, there's not enough curiosity to encourage you to find other alternatives as well, such as shamanic journeying. Some in the shamanic industry say, only follow this path because it has all the solutions. But what if it doesn't? What if there are other ways that are better suited for you because the curiosity leads you somewhere else? And there's no judgment with those who are stuck in a particular construct, because it is what gives them comfort. Our another has her own severe limitations that she's doing her best to break out of, but you do not live in a lifetime of abuse without having many limitations and looking outside of yourself for your validation. But when you become curious and allow the world to begin to teach you where to go next and not the limited belief systems, you will then grow. And then tomorrow you will grow again and again and again and again. And it is much like starting in kindergarten, where they teach you how to hold the scissors, how not to eat glue, and the basics of your language, which is numbers and letters, how to draw them, how to sound them out, and what their purpose is. And then you move on to first grade, where you build on that skill, and second grade and third grade, and so forth and so on. And many of you who are moving into that curious state of being will need to go back to kindergarten. And many of the things that you do, because your foundation was never properly set. And that is okay. There is no judgment or shame. It is merely an admission of, oh, I have more to learn, and I will be open to it, and I will not ridicule myself for others. I will not shame myself for others. I will merely simply say, I am no longer willing to give my power away to others unless I feel in that moment that this person is the best person to guide me through where I'm currently stuck. And that's it. And once that particular solution has been found, then you move back to your own point of curiosity, where you once again try to find your point of power, if that makes sense. And therein lies the solution for humanity. We are here to teach you that your belief systems are simply constructs that we now wish to slowly, gently, lovingly, and creatively replace with new constructs that better serve you and humanity. And we will do it one human being at a time. Unlike many of the players on the world stage who are trying to do mass-produced changes, whereby you expect to lose a few because it's all about efficiency and convenience, we are here to tell you that we wish to establish a unique and creative relationship with each one of you to help to bring you individually back online. And it is anything but efficient and convenient, but it is the way of the universe. You are a divine aspect of the Creator. And in order to help you to reconnect to that divine connection, we must work with each of you to unclog your pipes. Your pipes have been clogged with so many belief systems that don't serve you or honor you, But we cannot just simply remove these with a seismic sound, which would just vibrationally open up all of your clogged or blocked pipes, because you would not know what to do with that new openness, that flow. We need to work with each of you individually to teach you how this works and why it works and how it best serves you, so that you can learn these basic principles upon which you can structure your lives going forward. So this means that we must create a one-on-one relationship with each and every one of you, instead of creating a mass-produced solution. So it is going to be a very long and arduous process of bringing you all back online. But we love you all so much and are committed to teaching the universal laws to each and every one of you who are interested. And thankfully, you are coming online one at a time versus whole communities at a time. So the cognitive dissonance ripple, which means that those of you who are in your learning phase and are not economically viable until that part of you comes back online, we are creating a gentler, kinder ripple effect as the universe comes into a new point of balance. And you will see how much of the contrast that humanity experiences going forward, which includes more mass killings, more murders of people of color, more stories of victims of abuse coming into the forefront, more sexual abuse becoming well known and understood, more issues with the educational system becoming apparent, more recognition that abusing your children to get them to behave is not the solution, more recognition that pesticides on food as well as on your home is not good because it poisons you one way or the other. You will see how there are so many different areas and storylines that we wish to share with you all to show you what the best way is to live harmoniously within a community as well as within nature. It is your path now to find your way back to this unconditional loving vibration, and it means that everything that is not must be seen, unearthed, healed, replaced, and restored, like restoring an old car, which is a classic. We don't just simply throw out all of the old classics, which means you old people. We wish to restore those of you who wish to come online now. And if you don't, that is okay. We will recycle you and bring you about in a new lifetime where your restoration process is redesigned with a replacement, meaning you are giving a new body with very little past belief systems, because you will come out of the birth channel a new and wonderful being who was birthed into this new energy, and we will begin anew. But it is your collective journeys to restore humanity's energetic imprint into what it is meant to be. Unconditional love, a blending between yin and yang, sun and moon, light and dark, Everything that you have experienced up to now has been in a frame of duality, but now we will bring it into a point of unity where it all just simply is. And when it is, there is no sin, there is no separation. It simply is all an expression of who you are. And so it is. Namaste.